Hello everyone, my name is Blue Raven 666, and today I'm finally getting around to talking about the most recent episode of Helluva Boss, Murder Family. I'm sorry I'm getting around to doing this review so late. Since my Halloween special ended, I was mostly focused on catching myself up on the content that I had missed, like Bad Luck Jack and the Alistair comic. And the elections happened, so I was worried about that. And then Unis Honest ended, so I was focused on that. Hopefully, though, I'll be back on track with my content moving forward, and I can start working on some of the stuff I've got planned for this month. As the pilot for Helluva Boss was released before I even started covering Pop's content, I haven't made a review of it since I was a little bit late to the party. There isn't too much to say about the pilot, plot-wise, since its main purpose is to introduce us to the characters, as well as give us a basic idea of what we can expect from the show going forward. Murder Family really sets this into motion by showing us how interactions between IMP and their clients typically transpire, the dynamic between the staff, Luna, Millie, Moxie, and Blitz, and that regardless of time, day, or place, Stolas wants to do some nasty ass things to Blitz. The new episode also takes a little bit deeper look into some of the characters. We learn that Moxie, in contrast to characters like Blitz and Luna, has some reservations when it comes to killing people. Yes, he can do it, but when it comes down to killing someone within a wholesome looking family, or a family in general, he's not okay with it unless he sees a good reason. Even then, he's more compelled to call the authorities than wipe out everyone in the vicinity. We also take a slightly deeper look into Stolas' character. In the pilot to Helluva Boss, we know that IMP accesses the human realm by using a book Blitz stole from Stolas after one of their little rendezvous sessions. Turns out, Stolas knows this, and for the most part, he allows it. But he does make it known that once a month on the full moon, he needs the book back in order to do his job. I tried doing a bit of research as to why this might be, as the character is based off of the actual Goshal demon Stolas, who is a great prince of hell, and commands 26 legions of demons. In Demons, the Devil, and Fallen Angels, a book by Marie Jones and Larry Flaxman, he teaches astronomy and is knowledgeable about herbs, plants, and precious stones. This would explain why we see the constellations around his bathroom in the show, so it could be that obtaining that book once a month in Helluva Boss could have something to do with astronomy or accessing the human world for plants, herbs, and stones. That's my own theory on that, anyway. In Murder Family, we're introduced to a woman by the name of Mrs. Mayberry, who committed suicide after going on a murderous rage when she found out her husband was cheating on her. While she may have killed her husband, the woman he was with survived, a woman named Martha. Moxie's morals are put to the test as Martha is also married and has 2 children. While Martha was IMP's target, Moxie still had his reservations about killing her. That is until all hell broke loose. Now, I don't know if it's just me, but I didn't trust Martha from the get-go. I don't know if it's the fact that she's a hoe or the instant money and worship she started getting for surviving an attempt on her life, but something about her, no matter how innocent and wholesome she appeared, just rubbed me the wrong way. I mean, she looks like a bowling pin here. I don't trust a woman that looks like a bowling pin. Anyways, things go south after Blitz attempts to shoot her and misses. Now, simply because the family kinda has this backwoods redneck vibe, I completely expected a somewhat redneck response to the situation. Meaning, I completely expected it when Ralphie pulled out his shotgun. What I wasn't expecting was for Martha and her kids to be packing as well. Let me just say, it took me a lot longer than it should have for me to notice this little lamp in the corner. What happens next is what I'd imagine would happen if Texas Chainsaw Massacre met the Salem Witch Trials, or something. The imps are hunted down and captured, with Martha attempting to burn Blitz and Millie at a wooden stake, and Moxie to be tied up to deal with the psychotic children. Honestly, Ralphie gets more of a pass along with the children. Ralphie personally just seems like your usual hardcore hillbilly who's just following Martha's command, and their kids seem to be the product of that environment. But, Martha? Martha's gotta go. There was a lot that I liked about this episode. It definitely feels like the animation improved since the pilot. The colors feel brighter, it seems like there's a lot more detail, things are less washed out, and the voices for Mrs. Mayberry, Martha, and Ralphie felt pretty spot on. The episode's pacing didn't feel too rushed or too slow, and we got a great look at IMP in action. I guess someone did tune into that commercial after all. It seemed like Viv did follow some of the advice other reviewers left on Hazbin Hotel and the Helluva Boss pilot in terms of making her work the best it can possibly be, and it shows that she does respond well to criticism. That being said, I do have a few minor gripes with the episode. I'll get the main one out of the way right now. It's the same thing everyone else has been complaining about. I don't like that they gave Stolas and Millie new voice actors. I understand Viv's reasoning behind it, but I feel like this is something that should have been worked out before the pilot even launched. At the time Murder Family was released, everyone had every character's appearance and personality and voice fully memorized. The impression was there. Those changes were immediately recognizable. Really, I can't say what they could have done better for Millie other than keep the original voice actor, but Stolas sounds like he got 4,000 years younger since the pilot. He sounds less regal and now just comes across like... And I'm gonna regret wording it like this. A whiny, gay bitch that's always horny. It doesn't feel like there's any elegance to him, like how Brock Baker was able to give him in the pilot. Yes, he was a little bit whiny, and he was definitely horny, but he still managed to maintain this stateliness that made it clear that he was both an ancient Goshal demon and a pompous noble. And I feel like that has now been lost with Viv's decision to switch to Bryce Pickham, and I realize that this was her decision, and I sincerely hope these voices are exactly what she envisioned for these characters, but again, I feel like this is something that should have been completely ironed out back when they were working on the pilot. The other problem I had is a lot more minor, and it involves the scene with the two children after they tie up Moxie in their little cannibal, butcher, torture shop. When they tilt their heads and simultaneously say, "It's nice to have a new critter to play with," the synchronization was off, which I felt took away from the effect that the bit could have had if it was synced perfectly. The bit was animated to go along with that audio, but I think it sort of took away from the "oh hell no" aspect of it, and just left me thinking, what happened, boy? Did you trip over your words? But like I said, this is just a more minor gripe. If it were me, I would have gone back and corrected it by having one of the voice actors re-record, but I'm just a theorist. I don't know the ins and outs of creating a show, so maybe there's some fine point on making voices sync up that I just don't understand. Overall, I like the new episode of Helluva Boss. It definitely used the information the pilot gave us and set it into motion. It showed us how IMP conducts business, and I'm looking forward to seeing more. There will be a new episode of Helluva Boss coming soon. How soon, I don't know. As far as I know, we really haven't been given any sort of dates. And as far as new episodes of Hazbin Hotel are concerned, as far as I know, I haven't seen or heard any dates on that either. Not from Viv or A24 or anywhere else. I'm hoping we get to see something new sometime next year, but we'll have to wait and see. That's all I have for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. Quick announcement before I go. Members, and to anyone else who is concerned and hasn't seen my Halloween special wrap-up. Later this week, I will be changing up channel memberships. So if you get a notification that your membership on this channel has changed, that's why. I will be narrowing it down to one plan. I did plan on just having one option set at $4.99 per month, but I've overlooked my options again and decided to set it at $2.99 per month. $2.99 per month for a channel membership. The perks will be announced soon. Until then, my name is BlueRaven666, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye!